Hello, Virginia here. I wanted to get on today because I have been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of feeling, and I wanted to be raw. So, no makeup, sitting in my little pop-up that I just found leaks in this morning from the rain last night. And let me start at the beginning. So, last year in January, I was in Peru, in the Sacred Valley of Peru. And while I was there, I had the beautiful opportunity to sit with a dear friend of mine on 4 different occasions to commune with Wachuma, the heart-opening medicine of the Andes Mountains. And in one of my journeys, I was given a vision. And that vision was of me working with my father, who we've had a pretty strained relationship over the years. There's a lot of unresolved anger and a lot of family karma. Let's just put it that way. And so this is something that I've been working on in my life, working on not abandoning myself anymore, about not rejecting myself anymore, about showing up as authentically as I can be, which was not something that we did, right? I mean, neither of my parents, most of the older generation that I was surrounded by as a child, that was not something you did. You were not authentic. You put on a mask. You put on a face to, present yourself to the world. And in this day and age, in this phase of our becoming in humanity, that mask has to fall away. We can't continue living underneath the mask anymore. It's killing us. It's killing our spirit. It's killing our creativity. It's killing our connection with each other. And so last year, while I was in this Wachuma ceremony, I saw myself working with my father to either build a traveling home or remodel something that was already built. And then I saw myself traveling across the United States and sharing love and connection with others. Well, obviously that didn't happen last year. There was a whole bunch of other things that needed to happen. More healing, more remembering of who I am and what I'm here for. And so this year, in October of last year, I went back to Peru with my daughter, and we hosted a beautiful retreat in the Sacred Valley. And at the end of that, we were blessed to sit in ceremony with Wachuma again. And this time my daughter had a vision of us all moving to Peru, her family and me. And so when we came back to the States, we sold everything and started that process of moving, except that we ran into a little snag. And so there's an issue that my daughter is working to resolve with her child's father, in order for us to be able to move to Peru. So in the meantime, this vision of me working with my father came back up. I wasn't even planning to do this, but my family is storing some things for me as I figure out the next stage of my journey. And so I went up to deliver some things to them and asked my father if he could help me make a platform in my car so that I could travel in my vehicle and, you know, promote my book or whatever. Well, instead of doing that, we found this pop-up tent, that trailer that I'm sitting in right now, and we worked on restoring it to, obviously not its pristine glory, but we worked on it enough to get it to where it was able to, you know, work for me and to start moving. And so, as I have been well, the process of working on this with my dad was actually incredible. It was so heartwarming and opening, and I felt more love and connection with my father and my family than I have in probably all the years that I've been alive. And it was beautiful, and it was healing, and it was just what I know I needed. And it got me thinking about what I want to do and where I want to go and how I want this to look. And what kept coming through is open-hearted connection. And I think back to previous leaders or previous influential people in my life. And for the longest time, the quote by Mahatma Gandhi that says, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world," was something that I put on my resumes. I had it written on whiteboards around my house. And I have definitely tried to live by that. But what occurred to me is that I feel the weight of the world. I feel the collective emotion that's happening in the greater world often. And one of the things that I've been feeling a lot is this sense of isolation and aloneness. And alone is not bad in and of itself, but when we don't feel connected to others, it's easy to get caught up in fear and to isolate yourself further. And so, what better way for me to feel connected to others, to stop isolating myself, than to create an opportunity for myself and others to connect. And one of the things that I love to do is sit in ceremony with others, to sit in sacred spaces and sacred circles, and to talk about what's on our hearts, and talk about what inspires us and what gives us hope, and also to talk about the things that are creating fear and creating feelings of separation. So that's what I want to do. You know, I want to be the change that I wish to see in this world. I don't just want to talk about it. I don't just want to think about it. I want to be it. And so this is my love offering to this world, to create opportunities for us to come together as community, to see our humanity, to honor our humanity, to honor each other, and to build those connections that feel safe and loving and supportive of who we are and who we are becoming. So if you've made it this far in this video, I'm so grateful for you watching, and I would love for you to join me. My plan is to start this here in Oklahoma City and have one gathering to kind of send me off. And then I'm going to head down to Austin, and I'm going to make my way westward. I'm going to make my way to ending in Mount Shasta the week of June 8th, which is also the end of a beautiful 8-week journey that I will be starting also in April. So I will put the link to host a community gathering, to support me, and also to join that workshop or course, whatever you want to call it. It's an 8-week journey with myself, my daughter, and a dear friend and facilitator, Joy. Hannah is my daughter. Anyway, it's called Return to Root, and it is an 8-week journey of creating, recognizing, building, creating that safe, rooted feeling within ourselves, because ultimately we are home. And when we feel safe in our body, we will gravitate towards safety in the rest of our life. So I think that's all I want to say today. And before I lose my nerve, I'm going to upload this video. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for doing your part in being the love and the connection that you wish to see in this world. Blessings on your journey.